The answer to the question of whether every person can get jacked or not is pretty simple and straightforward. There are a few key factors to it that by realizing you will know the answer. In this video I will go over them, and by the end of this video you will realize if you can get in shape or not and what does it mean. But before everything else, the first factor is what you consider jacked. Because there are some people who spend all of their days on social media watching reels on Instagram and seeing all of these unrealistic physiques, the extremely jacked juiced guys, the guys who are in competition shape and they are in that shape for only a few weeks and they produce a bunch of content in the time so they look the best on social media and they screw up their perception. Your perception of what jacked is, what you consider to be jacked, is probably the most important aspect of it. So before I go over it, I want to talk about my own experience. When I started my fitness journey, my perception of jacked was vastly different than it is right now. When I started it, I was fat, I was in really bad shape. What I perceived to be jacked, to be a good physique, was someone with visible six-pack abs, a bit of muscle definition, and nothing more. And as I got more into the fitness community, as I started to watch more fitness videos from people like Jeff J. West, Will Tennyson, Coach Greg, and I started to scroll on social media sometimes, my perception of it has gotten more and more inflated. Now, in my own case, I have suffered a bit of body dysmorphia throughout my journey. I've went from being fat to skinny fat, right? That's when I really hated my physique because, I watched all of these fitness videos, my perception got, more inflated, and I didn't have the physique that I wanted. And then I lost weight, I got shredded. I didn't really have body dysmorphia because I met my own expectations of a good physique and I started to like my body. But I was so shredded that it was such a struggle for me to keep and maintain this physique. And I needed to gain some weight. I had a hard time doing so mentally until I gained the weight, and now I'm pretty shredded. I have a pretty decent time maintaining my physique, and I enjoy having my physique, and I don't have like a crazy level of body dysmorphia. In relation to me, right? So I succeeded in this journey. I started out with a really bad body and not that inflated of a perception of what is a good physique, and I managed to exceed my expectations of what I would achieve from this journey, and I've managed to achieve a way better physique than what I expected. This is the physique that I expected to have after a few years of training, that I really wanted to have. This was my dream physique when I started, and this is my current physique. I have surpassed my expectations by a pretty big margin, and there were and still are a few components to why I have managed to make so much progress. I will go over them in a second, but before that, in relation to me, so I won't show you this photo, but my friend also started to train around the time that I started, and now, so not to bash on him, nothing against him, for sure, he is not in that great of a shape, because of the factors that I'm about to present to you. So these are things, boxes, that you tick them off in a range. On the upper boundary of this range, there is ticking this box to the greatest extent. On the lowest boundary of this range, there is not ticking the box at all and just neglecting it. There are three main boxes, the two of them we can actually tick off, and the third one is just what we are born with. And to be honest, the third one is the most important one, but if you tick the two other boxes to the greatest extent, you can probably get in shape, right? There are always exceptions to every rule, but in general, most people will be able to get in shape if they will tick these two boxes. My friend didn't tick them to the greatest extent, and the third box is genetics, by the way. The first box is consistency, but not consistency with just training. It is about dieting, training, and recovering, doing the activities in these things, in these domains, that improve these domains consistently. And then there is the second box, and it is knowledge. It is about knowing what these things are. So if you know exactly what you need to do, and you do it consistently to the greatest extent, these are the two main things that are actually in your control, and that you can improve on, and by improving on, you will fulfill the third box, and it is your genetics. So every person, right, has a genetic potential. Each person can only get so much results. No one can achieve the same results as me because of my own insertions, my own genetics, my own unique genetic code that is different than yours, than that person, than each and every other person, until we can duplicate people using genetic engineering. So until then, each person has a unique set of genetics that no other person can have. The thing about these genetics is that they determine almost everything, but no person has it so bad that he cannot lose body fat and gain muscle. Each and every person in this universe, as long as one is a human, right? There are always exceptions, right? But these are very, 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 very exceptions. Each and every person can lose weight and build muscle. How much muscle can he build? Depends on genetics, depends on training, depends on consistency, depends on knowledge. But he can build muscle, each person can do that. And also, each person can lose body fat by eating less than his body needs to maintain his weight. If he eats less than that, if one eats less than that, he will lose weight. Some people have a harder time losing weight because of hunger and other components, but hunger is the main one. And some people have a harder time building muscle because of genetics. The genetic code is probably the most important aspect of results. One with the best genetic code will train not that optimally, not that consistently. He would just go sometimes, he would lift that weight with high intensity, he would not maintain like a good diet, he would not sleep enough, but he will still get a lot of results. Most people, the vast majority of people, you are more likely to be like that than not, can see a lot of results, a lot of progress from training pretty consistently and having a pretty good idea on how to get in shape. And that gets us to the answer. Can everyone get in shape? So what you see on social media, this insane physiques, you probably can't achieve it if you are like the average person. But you can, so everyone can lose body fat, can get to 15 to 16 to 14% body fat and maintain this body fat with a decent diet, with a good training plan of training 3-4 times per week. I think that the vast majority of people can do so, but at the end of the day it is just about normal distribution. Most people will be in the middle, you are probably in the middle. Some people are outliers to the good side, they are exceptional. Some people are exceptionally bad, they are, to the bad side. Most people can get a pretty decent physique. Now, I don't want to repeat what I've just said over and over again, but your perception of what is a good physique is so fucking important. Because if your perception of a good physique will be someone with visible six-pack abs, a little bit of muscle mass, nothing crazy, you can probably achieve it. But on the other side, if you will watch all of these fucking short videos with the guys that show off their physique, who are insanely jacked every day for a few minutes or hours, you will subconsciously program your mind to see these physiques, to get desensitized towards these physiques, and by extension your own physique. You will develop body dysmorphia. Of course, there are the outliers, the fucking bottom 90 percentile of people who can get in shape, right? But not in what most people would consider a good shape. They can lose weight. Think about Brantley G, right? Brantley Gilbert, I think he's called. This guy, right? He tried to lose weight. He lost a lot of weight, like 260 pounds, I think. He lost a lot of weight. He got in a pretty good shape in relation to his shape at the beginning. But he's not what most people consider a guy to be in shape. He has gotten a lot better. And that's the thing. You should compare your current physique to your old physique to see the improvements that you have made, because everyone can make improvements in their fitness. Every single person can improve his fitness level. The degree to how great he can get is genetics. But outside of that, you can make improvements, and that's what I want you to realize. Just focus on making progress, just focus on what you can, focus on training, focus on doing it consistently, focus on gaining knowledge and realizing how to get in shape. Allocate these 3-4 hours per week to these activities, track your diet a bit, don't eat the trash food that makes you feel bad, sleep enough to feel great, and just be a healthy human. Be as healthy as you can, because that's all you can fucking do. And that's essentially it. If you enjoyed this video, you can like and subscribe. If you wanna get a full course about getting in shape, you can check out the link in the description. Bye.